That was sports columnist Jason Whitlock joining a growing chorus of media personalities sounding off on Fox News' decision to fire top-rated host Tucker Carlson.
Reaction pouring in ever since the firing happened on Monday. Some speculating Carlson's departure could start a new chapter at Fox News. With us now, Christy Clark is a Daily Caller reporter, also a Newsmax contributor. Also joining us, Rich Valdez, host of Rich Valdez America at Night. Nice to see you. And of course, in studio, we have Flip Doe and Melanie Collette here with us. So a full house here. Christy, let me go to you first. The news broke Monday. We've had some time to digest it. What comes to your top of mind?
Right. Well, when I saw this initially, I thought, oh my gosh, Tucker had to have left. There's no way that Fox let him go. But now we're finding out that this must have had something to do with correspondence that came out from the Dominion lawsuit that Tucker had said behind closed doors. But if you talk to any former Fox star who isn't bound by ridiculous NDAs, they'll tell you that Tucker's feelings, the things that he was saying behind closed doors, are what they were all thinking, that Fox News' PR wing was incredibly vicious against even some of their top talent, and that what Tucker was saying was no cause for termination, leading many, including Jason Whitlock, to come to the conclusion that Fox News is not interested in their own personalities that have opposing and dissenting views, especially as we're leading up to the 2024 election, where Fox News is taking a stance that they will not be pro-Trump, which to me is not journalism, that's just propaganda.
Shake up over at CNN as well. Don Lemon has a new ally in his corner. This is from CNN here. Al Sharpton, he comes out swinging here. This is in the New York Post against CNN, saying this in part, throughout his career, Don has been a superb journalist who is very open to the civil rights community on issues others wouldn't touch. With the health of our democracy undergoing perhaps the greatest test, we cannot afford to silence his voice. Rich, what did you make of Sharpton's referring to Lemon as a superb journalist?
Well, I mean, Sharpton is a professional race hustler. This is what he does. So I think it's no surprise to me that he's trying to make something out of nothing here. But between the two cases, you've got Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon, clearly one is a case of, somebody's boss taking something out on them. And the other one is the company just cleaning house because Lemon had become a liability, and it happened over and over and over again. So it doesn't surprise me in the least that Sharpton would come out and try to pull some Jussie Smollett type of antics here. I don't think it's going to work. I think people are smarter than that.
Interesting comment there. Again, two major firings, by the way, on Monday of this week, and one got a lot of coverage, maybe one not so much. Depends who you're following and maybe which channel you watch. Flip, let me go to you. You've commented on Tucker Carlson's departure. Any thoughts about Don Lemon? Are people going to miss his morning contribution to the network?
I can't imagine they're going to miss him the way that Fox viewers, or possibly former Fox viewers, are going to miss Tucker. Not only are these two sort of drastically different personalities and departures, but even the way they handled them. Tucker, took a day or two, put out this video that obviously is really capturing the attention of the entire country. You've mentioned the viewership numbers over the course of the morning. Don Lemon, on the other hand, right in the basically on his way out of the building, sent this tweet about how disgraceful it was that he was fired without anyone even mentioning it to him, and network management quickly fired back and said, "This is not true. We invited him to come talk to us, and he decided to just storm out and post a Twitter rant about it." So, as I saw some folks on Twitter, in fact, asking, to CNN, if Don Lemon. Is your position that Don Lemon's lying to people now about how he was fired, but was not lying anchoring his show on your network for the last 17 years? So, no, I don't expect, other than maybe some diehard Lemon fans, that there's going to be anything like the outpouring that we see for people trying to find a new home for Tucker's content.
Melanie, we've talked about this before. You watched Carlson, you were a fan. But we are also seeing people now switch. Newsmax, our audience, has grown here as well. What direction do you think Fox goes in now that without Tucker Carlson? And could we see maybe some other personalities gone as well?
The thing about people on the left, in my opinion, is that they really do have this ivory tower positioning where they think that they are on the side of right. So I think that, ironically, the side of right, but I think that they continue to move to the left. I've been seeing it gradually, and people on the inside of Fox have told me that they're not true believers, that there are very few. And if you watch shows like Tucker in comparison to other shows on the network, you can see it pretty clearly. So I'm not altogether surprised, and I think that they're going to go with it because they think it's the right thing to do. I think it's the wrong thing to do that they're not listening to the viewers.
Yeah, and the viewers have found their way to alternative programming, and we welcome very many new viewers to Newsmax. Appreciate our panelists. Thanks for joining us, Rich and Chrissy, remotely, and then, of course, in studio. We've been very honored to have Melanie and Flip.